This here is from People from September 9th, 2024. I'm going to seem a little excited here, but the thing is, it's not a very exciting article. People, for the last 4 years or something like that, 5 years, has been trashing Johnny, and everything they wrote about always had some kind of thing at the end, like, and by the way, Johnny lost in the UK, and by the way, Amber's an imperfect victim. Whatever it is, it was always negative, and now it seems there's no negativity, not only on this article, but pretty much on whatever they write about Johnny. It's almost as if now they want to use him for the news, and before they wanted to prove that Johnny was in the wrong. Johnny Depp to open an art exhibit in New York City this fall, exploring different stages of my journey, exclusive, and yeah, good on that. New York City, place to be with art. Not that I know exactly, but sounds pretty good. Johnny Depp is given a peek inside his creative process with a new art exhibit coming soon. Set to open in New York City on Friday, October 4th, an immersive and experimental exhibition called A Bunch of Stuff will be an intimate exploration of Depp's body of artworks for the first time, according to the creative team. I like it. A bunch of stuff. That name says it all. The exhibit features Depp's personal artifacts from his home and art studio, and it's said to showcase his distinctive personality and sense of humor. Look at that. People talking about Depp's distinctive personality and sense of humor. Just like some people were talking about Depp's distinctive personality and sense of humor in Virginia when they were defending things he said that people took out of context, that people never defended. But I guess now people can talk about his distinctive personality and sense of humor when the news slows down and they need Johnny for articles. We see how that works. Now I know you might be thinking, well, you're covering Johnny on your channel, but the difference is I've been covering Johnny positively and defending Johnny for the last 4 or 5 years, not using Johnny for whatever narrative fits. Depp says in a statement to People, through the magic and madness of life, art has been my sanctuary. These pieces, born of different stages of my journey, are the residue of a life lived. Creation's not always a comfortable process, but for me it's a necessary one, he adds. Okay, interesting thought. I mean, these days it's not comfortable because of all the nonsense going on, political correctness. Everything's got to be exactly the way it should be to be released for everybody to like it. So I can relate now. But in the past, it was just, creation. The exhibit includes art dating back to the Oscar nominees' early 20s, plus a cinematic scope and soundscape, immersive animations, and experimental gallery spaces. Sounds good. A bunch of stuff comes from Ball Art, a creator of museums, exhibitions, and experiences in association with Pantheon Art and its partners, TIAT. The venue is represented by the Calgansey, whatever all that jumbo means, but I read it. Johnny Depp is celebrated worldwide as an actor, director, and musician. Wow, pretty positive. Where was all this when Virginia was going on? Pretty much nowhere. What is less well known is that art has played a deeply personal and highly important role in his life since childhood. Ball Art co-founder Guy Vassie says in a statement, it's a good statement, and we know those used to be very, very rare over at People. And they show one here. Pretty interesting. Okay, can't say I love it, but it seems like he took some time with the canvas here. And here's a bunch of stuff, which I guess is his headliner or his title page or whatever for the exhibit. They say basically that Depp and his team believes that art can be more than something just put on a canvas. And yes, I agree. So there you have it. Like I said, I've got a few other articles in the work from People, and they're all positive. No mention at the end of anything negative. It looks like People is back. However, I will mention, it sometimes feels like People or the Daily Mail is like this one person. But this here is written by this guy, Benjamin Van Hoos, if I'm saying his name right, who maybe in the past did want to defend Johnny, but a lot of other people at People didn't, and he couldn't get his message across and things like that. He might have been there the whole time, but got drowned out, and they didn't want his opinion. So my point is, People isn't exactly one entity against Johnny. There are different writers with different opinions in People, But it's just that in the past, they suppressed those writers who were pro Johnny. And like I said, we know they were there in every publication. Look, if a publication's got like 80 writers or 50 or 100, whatever it is, there's no way in their personal life they're all for Amber. And actually, probably most of them weren't, but they got stuck in writing what their bosses said because their bosses had to go with the message, the theme of the day, what they had to say, because of the uppers that told them. But all in all, it was negative, and now it's positive. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.